1-800-GAMBLER. We are not calling Goofy Chicken Fantasy, one of the biggest risers in the best ball space, joins me tonight to rip a War Room draft. Let's ride.
Yeah, I like that, Bindles.
Hell yeah,
I like
brother.
that.
What's up, bro? You started streaming it was like only a few weeks ago. You've been making some waves. I just saw you immediately. I was like, this guy is a natural entertainer. He brings the energy, he brings the juice. You have some hilarious moments. And I hear you're running back, bro, as well. But how you doing, man? How's your weekend been? And are you ready to get into this draft?
I am ready to get this thing popping. I am a running back, bro, when it comes to underdog best ball fantasy. But all the people want to know out there, Bindles, where is your shades?
Well, actually, I have some right here. You got some?
No, I don't have any. That's you got to get in character, man. Yeah. Now, okay. All right. Now we're ready to draft, man. Let's do this.
I got some new ones over last weekend. So
those are fly, dog. Those are fly, bro, for sure.
Let's say hi to the chat really quick. We got Fantasy Dog in here, defensive tackle. Yeah, we were talking about that. You got the Grady Jarrett jersey on.
Yeah.
Got all the D tackles out there.
Yeah.
We got Best Ball on call. Parker Washington Truther. Is this the new moniker that you're taking on?
Hey, I had a nice subscriber come in my comments and say, I don't know about best ball because I drafted Parker Washington in the 7th round. When you start having those trollers coming to your comments, that's when you know you're about to arrive.
Exactly. And we got you at 155 subs. If you guys haven't subbed to Goofy Chicken Fantasy, he's got a new computer and he's up and running and he's making his visits across the best ball space. Like I know you were talking about with PPR Tyler, but it's a great community, great space.
Man.
We are very happy to have you in this space, and it's going to be a fun spring into the summer. Go. Link is down below. Go give them a sub. While you're at it, like the live stream. And if you haven't used promo code Bindles on bestballoverlay.com, we'll get you 25% off as well.
Go do that right now. And like Bindle said, make sure you hit that clucking like button. It helps out the algorithm.
Hell yeah. We're waiting on one. It looks like so we were going to do the UDFA. It looks like that just closed up right before we hopped on stream or within the last couple hours.
Man.
So we're hopping in a War Room, and that's also you guys are savages out here. Just always thirsty for all these drafts. Put the puppy in the bag. We'll see. We're getting close to the NFL draft, but they'll release something else soon.
Yeah, I'm sure they will. I think it's all the people stacking up those long 4-hour drafts, man, just to make sure they can max.
100%.
You got to get it how you live, man.
So kind of give us your background while we wait for this draft to fill. Oh, and there we go. I jinxed it.
Let's do it. We're at the 8th spot here. But just quick about me, man. Just a guy that loves football and loves streaming, and I know you feel the same way. You don't get into this for the subscribers. You don't get into this for the likes. You got to actually love football and love streaming if you're going to do this type of content every single day.
Yeah, man. This is like I was saying before, there's a lot of different people in this space, and I think everyone has their own niche. So like I said, I can tell you're a natural entertainer, your energy, your vibes are really dope, man. So I think you're a rising star in the space, and we definitely got to you the new computer. Maybe we can get you some intros, some overlays and shit going on.
Yeah.
And we'll be up and running, my man.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Just anything to we're here for the people, man, to entertain. We're here to win money. and then entertain.
Yeah, anytime you talk to anyone that doesn't know about best ball, you're like, yeah, I'm drafting fantasy football teams in, February, March, April, but you can win $50,000, $100,000, $2 million when we get to the summer. So that's what we're hoping for, and that's what we're gonna do today. Is we're gonna build an absolute shipper and win this goddamn money.
Yeah, we gotta focus up because we're doing a war room now, so we ain't doing a little $2 blah blah blah. What was it? The UDFA. So let's get this thing going, man. And what you like here? We're looking at this 8 spot.
Yeah, I'm pretty into Amon-Ra.
Me too.
If he were to fall to us, how are you feeling about Lamb versus Justin Jefferson? Kind of 2 down seasons for both of them. Where are you at between those two?
I to be honest with you, I'm not gonna lie. I've been fading both of them. I've been skipping right to Amon-Ra. He's pretty much been a sure thing for the past 3-4 years. So I've been skipping right down to Amon-Ra St. Brown. So you want to go Amon-Ra St. Brown here?
Yeah, I know you're a running. You were talking about being a running back, bro. If you want to pull up one of these running backs and go RB start, if we think that'll feel better, or you want to just.
I wouldn't pull up a running back right here at 8. I would if I was closer to the turn, yeah. But here is a good spot for me to go ahead and take a wide receiver.
Sounds great. I'm a Lions fan, so you're never going to get a complaint out of Amon-Ra from me.
Okay. So. Yeah. So after Taylor and McCaffrey went, it was a wide receiver for me right there.
So what are your exposures looking like in the first couple rounds? I know you said not as much London.
No.
And any other guys you're like below like 6% or something?
So I'm below 6% on pretty much, and this might, the best ball bros might come after me, but I'm below 8% on most of the wide receivers going in those first 2 rounds. And I'm above 16% on pretty much every running back going in the first 2 rounds. That's just my strategy. Running backs get your money back. It might not win you the $2 million, but it'll get you, it'll have you advance in week 15. And that's my philosophy.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's the teams feel a lot better if you at least get one running back through 2 rounds. Going wide receiver, like, can you pull it off? Yes, but it's definitely a lot harder in this environment. So, I'm with you. I think Amon-Ra is the cutoff. After that, I agree. I like the running backs a little bit more.
Yeah.
And even tight end, I just took I was on stream with PPR Tyler and Emo earlier, and we did a Bowers in the 3rd round. And even that, I was like, oh man, like I don't really love how this team turned out.
It didn't feel great. Right. If you're going wide receiver, you're a madman, or you just got some a strong feeling that the running backs that you could take in those mid rounds. If you have conviction like that, well, go for it, I say.
So it looks like we will have our choice of a few of these running backs here.
Yeah, I'm looking. Saquon just goes. Devon Achane is not in camp right now. He's not in OTA, so that worries me. So
I'm probably Kenneth Walker here. I like his price. I'm good with HN too, though, if you want to go that way.
Now I'm willing to pull up Kenneth Walker here.
Yeah, we got him. We got 2 grown ass men in our first 2 picks, so that's setting the tone for the rest of this draft.
That feels clucking good. That feels real clucking good right there. And now let's just go ahead and keep doing what we're doing.
More RBs to come. Yeah.
So, Bendels, I know your people out here, they already know about you, right? But I don't know about you. How'd you end up in Canada?
Oh, it's a long story, man. So yeah, like I said, grew up in suburbs of Detroit, went to play football up in northern Michigan, moved back after university, and then Yeah, met my ex-girlfriend right across the border. She was in law school at Windsor, which is like right across. You can literally see it from Detroit. So yeah, moved here in 2020. It's been 5 years, and yeah, just I'm vibing out here in Canada. I'm gonna try to go back. I was just in the States not too long ago in Michigan. I'm gonna try to make a Texas trip happen here pretty soon.
Cool.
Yeah, man.
Bindles, I knew it was a girl. I knew it was a girl. Everything told me that it was. All right. Hey, good. Hey, let's do this. Good for you, man. All right. We're about to be back up here in a second. 8 picks away. So how have you been drafting this year? What has been your go-to strategy in these pre-best ball drafts?
Yeah, so like I can't draft in Ontario. So if I make any trips, that's also will be on the docket, is smashing in as many drafts as I possibly can during that time period. I might make a Buffalo trip to get some slow drafts in, the old Ben Gretsch style, and just do some content based off of that. But I would say I am more running back heavy than I have been in the past.
Good for you.
Definitely, because I really like obviously Omar Cooper was going at pick 150 for how long? Now he's moving up, obviously, but there's just so many good wide receiver clicks later. I'm super into Wandale, Addison. Those guys were cheaper. Yes. Godwin, even like the Jaden Reed, like those kind of guys.
Yes.
So definitely, I wouldn't say like 3 RBs in a row. You can definitely pull it off. But I'm more like 2 or 3 running backs through probably 8 or 9 rounds. And then I like to tack on a Ray Davis, a Brian Robinson, some of those guys that are handcuffs for the first round.
All right, we're up. I'm looking at Travis and I'm looking at Garrett. What do you like here?
Let's go ETN. Let's go.
Okay.
ETN.
I won't fight you about that. Let's do it. I feel good about that. All right, 2 backs. That's what I'm talking about. Like I always tell people, go ahead, Bindles.
No,
I always tell people that I feel most comfortable when I have that RB3 in my flex most weeks.
Yeah. So what, like in your typical builds, is it like a David Montgomery, Travion, like that kind of guy, or like what?
No,
who's the typical RB3 for you?
Usually my typical RB3 is either Breece Hall, Travis Etienne, or Kyron Williams. There's several times, 60-70% of the time, I'm going RB. And that's just because I feel I have that much faith in being able to pick some wide receivers that are going to give you some really good spike weeks, 4 or 5 spike weeks during the year.
Yeah, I think so. So is it typically 7 running backs, 8 running backs? Like
I'm typically going max 6. Usually, and if I feel real good about
wide receiver, I meant wide receivers.
Oh, 8 or 9.
8 or 9. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm interested to see, because I am a 0 RB bro at heart, but I obviously need to. You gotta be water. You gotta be water, and you gotta go with the vibes of what's going on. So I do feel like we have just run. Yes, there's league changes that have happened that I think are pushing us towards the running back scoring, definitely, and it's a half PPR site.
Correct.
But it's also like we've had 2 years in a row where these older running backs have been super healthy and all the receivers are getting hurt. So I do think that does play a factor. I do think it swings back a little bit, but we will see, especially with kind of last year's running back class not being amazing. I'm good with Smith, probably Smith. I think he's going to go up.
Yeah. I'm good with Smith too. Yeah, we would like to think, or people would like to think, that it's going to revert back to the mean in regards to wide receivers. But at the end of the day, the scoring in Underdog Fantasy is set for running backs. It's a 0.5 PPR league, right? So, and sometimes I feel like being a wide receiver bro too. And when I do feel like being a wide receiver bro, I go and draft on DraftKings where it's full PPR.
Fair.
But here, I can't switch up with being a running back, hyper fragile running back guy in Underdog Fantasy just because of the scoring, man. Now, there's receivers that I love, but the scoring keeps me from clicking them early.
I mean, I think that is, it's always, I play a lot of Dynasty, which is obviously PPR, different formats, Superflex, but It is. It's like people discount how much the format matters. And I think we were going too far the other way for too long with the wide receivers. Now we're going super heavy on the RBs. I think it should be somewhere in the middle. So I'm struggling to find exactly the balance, but I think as I draft more into this season, I think, and it's interesting too with the 20 rounds. Like I think the 18 round drafts, it changes it a little bit. So we've gotten nice and comfy and cozy with these 20 round drafts and the strategies we're employing. I do think it'll be a little bit different once we get to BBM season. So
okay, yeah. Hey, quick question before we get back on the clock. When you were on the D line in the trenches, what was your favorite pass rush move, man?
I was a big fan of the push pull, so just kind of like shock them with the hands, pull back, and then a little swim move over.
Yeah.
Especially if you kind of set them up with the punches throughout the game. And that was definitely my favorite.
Nice. Yeah, I played safety in college as well, so that was my position.
Oh shit.
Mm-hmm.
Damn, bro, that's sick. Where did you play?
I went to JMU.
Oh, sick.
Yeah. All right, so we're about to be back up. I don't think we have any lurkers in the chat, so we might be able to play around with the queue a little bit.
Yeah, they have to reveal themselves, otherwise, they're going to get swatted. A SWAT team's going to come break down their door. So
I don't draft Terry very much. I don't draft Scary Terry very much. I don't know where you're at on Scary. Lamar.
Yeah, I'm good. Lamar, we don't really need to.
I don't have to take Lamar either. I don't really have to take Lamar.
I kind of think we go. Do you like any of these running backs? Demont went, right? Do you like Tootin? Do you like Swift?
If I wasn't drafting with you, I'd be on Tootin or Swift. I'd be on Tootin right now. And now I know I got my RB3 in the flex.
Let's go Tootin. Let's go Tootin.
So now we know that for most weeks, if all things go our way, we should have an RB in our flex week 1 through 14.
Yeah. Wait, who did we just draft?
We drafted Tootin.
Dude, I hear you're trying to steal my thunder. It was an accident. It will never happen again. That's right, because this is my house. There's only one master blaster.
Some college football. Virginia Tech. The demon in the cut. The Raider at the check. You moving wrong clip. My twin is only us.
Yeah, dog. Let's go. Let's do it. Hey, that got me hyped up,
bro. Tootin. I'm cooling off a little bit, but I don't think C-Rod is going to be the thing. Like if Tootin is good, he will be a great pick. We don't know because it's projection, but I think Liam Cohen offense, I'm willing to make the bet there. For sure.
I bet on a Liam Cohen offense all day long.
Okay, we got right, Watson.
We just got off the board. Goes. Okay, so here we are. We got Marvin, we got Alec, we got Tyler.
You want to go Parker Washington?
We can go Parker Washington. Hey, y'all like your style, man. We can go Parker Washington. I hope you didn't say that because I love Parker Washington.
Well, no.
I hope you love him.
We got Amon-Ra, and then we got the new Amon-Ra, Parker Washington Jr. So, I mean, what more can you ask for?
It makes sense to me.
And we got a little Jacksonville bet going on with Tootin now. So.
Yeah. It makes good sense to me. That's strong. That's a strong 6 right there. Go. You want to go over our roster real quick, Bendels?
We got at running back Kenneth Walker III. Shout out Michigan State. We got
MVP
Etienne Jr. We got Toot at running back, and then we got ARSB, the Sun God, Devonta Smith, and the new Amon-Ra St. Brown, Parker Washington Jr.
Don't forget about Slim Reaper.
Oh yeah, Devonta Smith. That's what I said. Yeah.
You said it. Oh, okay, I didn't hear you say him. Okay.
We got and I think Smith is a really good click right now, just because all smoke. When there's smoke, there's fire. We got to assume AJ Brown is out of there, right? Like I don't know. I don't want to 100% say it, but I think he's going to move up 10 picks probably when that happens.
Yeah.
Obviously, it doesn't necessarily matter whatever in ADP and everything, but I still think it's just like this guy's going to get peppered with targets.
Oh man.
Out of there,
And
so.
when he does, it's gonna be a beautiful thing. I've been out on AJ Brown, Jalen Hurts for the past couple years, so I just not vibing with those two guys. It's time for a change.
Yeah, what do you think? Like with all the Jalen Hurts stuff going on, what are you still taking him? Obviously, here he's falling. If he falls to us, I think we have to take him at pick 80. I mean,
we could stack him. I'd rather stack Trevor right there and be safe.
Oh, okay.
I think Trevor is.
I mean, he was top 5 last year,
and we know what Liam Cohen's going to do out there.
He is a very good coach. He blends his system to his players, which is always a sign of a good coach.
Let's think this out though: Hurts or Trevor Lawrence?
I mean, we might be able to get.
Hurts is gone.
Oh shit. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to go T-Law.
Yeah, me too.
Stack that bitch up.
It was T-Law or DK for me, but I would rather. We're doing
if
we're doing
a war room. If we're doing a Jacksonville thing. Let's go T-Law.
Yeah, we're doing a war room. We don't got time to be experimenting here.
You know, and we saw that picture of Trevor Lawrence with the fade. You know, we were about to boost him up another 10 spots in ADP.
Is that real?
No, it's not real. It's not. I was gonna say. I mean, it's weird though because like we get so attached to these players. Like T-Law, you see the long hair. But it was who was the guy in the NBA? Elfrid Payton. Remember, he had that crazy hair that would like fall in front of his head, like his eyes, and he was a terrible shooter.
And he always had.
And then he shaved it, and he immediately became a better 3-point shooter. And like it's also just like their identity with the hair. So I don't know. Yeah. I would like to see Trevor Lawrence with a burst fade or something drippy, but I don't think we're gonna see it anytime soon.
T-Law with long hair is like Michael Jordan with a baldy, man. I don't want to see it any other way. It'd be crazy as once he gets into his career, he starts balding, like right up the top of the crown. What you gonna do now?
He gets the Florida man look going, just with like the halo in the back.
Yeah, he keeps it and he ties it up in a ponytail.
He starts smoking darts.
Yeah, big darts.
What are some of your favorite clicks here? We're 2 picks away.
I'm hoping Jordan Addison comes to us. It might happen. We're 1 away. This guy has 4 wide receivers. If that doesn't happen, man, I'm looking at all. See, he's gone. I'm looking at Algier. We already got enough Jacksonville guys. Yeah. We could go down here and get Pitts. I don't think we should take a quarterback right now. What do you think?
Let's go Algier, and then maybe we can get a tight end on the way back.
I love Tucker Kraft. Don't get me wrong. I love Tucker Kraft. I just don't like taking guys off of injuries who I haven't seen in camp yet in pre-best ball. I just don't like speculating that much. I want to see him move. How's he moving right now?
Yeah, it is hard. I mean, I've been on Kraft just because elite athlete, and he's still only 25. So it's like those are typically the guys that come back from injuries better. But I agree with you. It is like we're still so far out from the season from getting very much news on him at all. So I think that's a reasonable take for sure. So
okay, 10 picks away. All right. Yeah, so I was thinking, like, how do you draft, man? So I knew that was a thing, like Canadians crossing the border to do a bunch of slow drafts, and then it just works the same when you get it doesn't block you. You're good after that?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You're good after that. But you know what's crazy is, so it was legal up until like 3 or 4 years ago. So it's funny because it was legal in Michigan. Then I moved to Ontario and it was legal. Then it was illegal in Michigan. Then it was illegal in Ontario. But it's legal throughout like the rest of Canada. So like Vancouver, if you go to BC, Alberta, it's all legal there. And then I actually just took a new job and it's working for like the Ontario government, like lottery and like stuff like that does that. So they used to have a monopoly on all of this, and then now all like the DraftKings, all the big people came in and they made it illegal to do.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah. You ain't gonna make money in this town.
Exactly.
That's cool. All right, let's start thinking it up here, man. I don't think, like I said, I don't think we have any lurkers in here. We don't have any tight ends.
I'm pretty into Pitts. If Pitts makes it to us, I think we take him for, especially with the Atlanta love.
And if he doesn't, maybe we go Jared Goff and stack him with Amon-Ra, one of the best stacks out there.
Absolutely. Yep, that works for me.
Let's do it. This guy already has a tight end early. I don't think he's going to go tight end. This guy has no tight end.
Oh,
he takes Pitts. That's fine. We're fine. Nice clip. It scared the shit out of me, but nice clip.
You know what? I don't even give a shit because I don't know if we're gonna get a chance to play the Pitts clip. So I'm just gonna fucking rip it. I don't
run it.
Hendrix. Say something. Real spill. Yeah. 3 exotic brides, and I got them soaking panties. Told them they were certified. Welcome to the Zanny family. Whoa, whoa. Welcome to the family, baby. Whoa, whoa.
Yeah,
we had to run it, bro. We had to run.
Yeah, you had to run that. You had to run that one. Future Hendrix, baby. Yeah, that was lit.
It was. I was hitting the gym before this. I was listening to some Future. It was a Future day in the gym, so I was like, okay, this just blends too well.
No, that was popping. All right, we got to do something here. I feel good about what we're doing. Let's keep it going.
Yeah, I think we're in a good range. We got the 2 QBs stacked up now. So that feels pretty good. I do like the late tight end options still. It's not as good in like the 20th round as it was earlier, but it still feels pretty good. Mm-hmm. So I think we tag some receivers here.
Okay. I like Worthy. I don't draft, especially not this high. I don't draft rookie wide receivers this high.
Really? Even Concepcion?
No, heck no. I'm not taking Concepcion over Josh Downs any day of the week. Now.
I think Concepcion, like at this cost, like this is so low where it's like I don't know. I'm also just not sold on Worthy, but that's okay. But yeah, do you want to go Downs?
Worthy's gone. Worthy's gone. I've never clicked Concepcion in my life. I got you.
Let's go Downs. Let's go Downs.
Okay.
I have been a Downs truther for a long time. So I'm good with that. I'm good.
Yeah, you should stay a Downs truther. I think this is gonna be this is gonna be a step up this year.
His breakout year.
I don't want to say breakout, but a step up. So whether he's been like at that 700 range, I think he'll be reaching for 1,000 yards this year. Reaching for it. I don't know if he's going to get there, but he'll be reaching for it.
Yeah, I mean, I think you can get a lot of the targets that Pittman was getting before. I think some of them will go to Tyler Warren for sure. So I think Tyler Warren he's not obviously super cheap, but I do think we could look back and be like, Tyler Warren could have been like pick 50 instead of pick whatever he goes 70. So
hey, let's shout out let's talk to some people in the chat, man. I see Nice and Blunt's in here.
Yeah, I'm lacking in the chat. We got Who Hames in here. New favorite streamer, Goofy. I'm hearing that from that's what the people are saying. The people's favorite.
What's up, Tex?
Hit him with the Gritty in here. We got Thad. Hashtag RB is our king. So you guys are from the same cloth. What's clucking? Jerry Football. We got Fantasy Football Garage. We got Ballsy tomorrow night with Sacrilegious from Legendary Upside on my channel. So be sure to turn that notification bell to, you're not going to miss anytime Sacrilegious is on there. It's divisive. We got, the robots are taking over. and it gets the people going. So definitely check that out.
Hit him with the gritty. He was in the chat.
Yeah, bro.
Dog, that's my favorite content creator right there, man. I love hit him with the gritty's builds.
Hero wide receiver. He patented it. We can't even say that. I might get a copyright claim on me for even saying that.
I saw a dude had a roster with Lamar Jackson, Jalen Hurts, and Jaden Daniels. I said, "Oh, that's my guy."
And Fantasy Football Garage says, anytime you can play the Alex Jones clip, yeah, you that's very. I have like multiple Alex Jones.
All right, we're on the clock here. I'm not looking at any of those guys really. We could grab. I don't think we.
You like McMillan?
Oh, I love McMillan.
Okay, yeah, let's rip it.
I love McMillan. I actually said on one of my streams before, you might want to mute. I said, y'all don't want to listen to this. I said McMillan is better than Emeka Egbuka. Yeah, you heard me say it.
Speak on it.
Man, I just think Jalen McMillan and Baker Mayfield have a strong connection. So when Baker Mayfield, as soon as Jalen McMillan got back on the field, Baker Mayfield was looking for him. All right. Now, everybody early started talking about, Emeka Egbuka, he doesn't get separation. His separation metrics weren't great, but he's still going off. But that faded late. Because in the NFL, you got to get open. That's just my thing. So I like Jalen McMillan. And now I don't really think he's better than Emeka Egbuka, but I think it's closer than the experts think. All right, there we go.
Okay. I mean, there's a huge gap in their ADP, right? Like 80 picks. So
that's a huge gap, right?
So let's rip this pick, and then I have a goofy chicken fantasy lore question. After this,
we got some tight ends that I like here. We haven't got one yet.
Yeah, I'm good with you. You like Sadiq Goddard? So you're taking rookie tight ends.
I've never taken Sadiq. I just put him up here. I'll put him at the bottom. I do not take Sadiq.
I'm just fucking. I like Goddard a lot. I mean, he did score 11 touchdowns, so that's probably not happening again. But I still think this is a really low cost for him, so I'm good with that.
You good with Goddard?
Yeah.
Okay.
We got some Eagles, Sands, Jalen Hurts going on as well.
Yeah. So what were you going to ask? You had a fantasy question?
So you said you played safety. What was your player archetype? Like who is like, would you say is a player comp for Goofy Chicken in college?
Jamal Adams. I'm a box safety, man.
Jamal Adams?
Heavyweight! Yeah, buddy! Lightweight! Lightweight!
You were saying you were hitting those weights. You were getting down there in the box. You were throwing your weight around.
I'm a cover 3 in the box, strong safety that, in a pinch, I could play a little linebacker for you.
Ooh, okay. Yeah, you know what? We there's all this like, we got the Pete challenge that everyone's doing for the show this summer. We got people beefing all over the Twitter streets. I think we got to we got all these guys. We got, PPR Tyler thinking he's an athlete. We got BBG thinking he's an athlete. I think we need to show out here in these best ball streets for the former athletes. I'm just saying, Goofy. I think we might need to do that.
Let's represent, man, and let's represent well. I'd pull a hamstring right now if I went out and sprinted. I walk now. I stopped running. I walk now. My knees, man, my knees.
Yeah, I got lucky. My knees are solid. I never had any knee injuries. Knock on wood. Double knock on wood.
Yeah.
If you guys are watching, you haven't slapped that like button, go down and cluck and slap that like button. And we'll back up in the clock in a few picks here.
Yeah, man. Cluck that like button, or unfortunately, with all due respect, cluck you. All right, what are we looking at here? I'll talk about a guy that I love.
Okay.
I love Brenton Strange. we only have one tight end, but that's who I love. And then you got, if we want to get a third quarterback, we can. What do you think?
Yeah, I feel pretty good about pushing QB and just we can get a Rodgers or something late with the two we have.
Okay, so
how do you feel about that? Are you a 3 QB bro? Do you? Like,
I'm a 3 QB bro.
Okay, let's do it. Oh well, actually, we're gonna time out. That's okay.
Oh man, you were about to go QB. I thought when you said you're a 3 QB, I thought you were talking about getting Aaron Rodgers a little late. I would have switched it real quick.
Aaron Rodgers. I was gonna say Aaron Rodgers late. Yeah.
I would have switched it up real quick, but I got a lot of Cam Ward and a lot of Bryce Young, both of them, man. Like, those guys, they went number 1 overall for a reason. They're going to get better.
Yeah, I think Cam Ward I'm more into. Bryce Young, I don't know if the ceiling is really there, but maybe they bring, because they're getting mocked a lot of receivers and tight ends in the first round. They got T-Mac in the first round last year. They got Coker. So, crazier things have happened. But, 5'10" quarterback, probably going to bet against it just personally. But I like Cam Ward a lot. I think with Brian Daboll, with Wandale there, maybe draft a receiver. We'll see.
So right now we're working with a 2-4-5-2.
Pretty balanced out here.
Pretty balanced. Our receiver and running back room is pretty balanced as well.
We got some stacks.
I love our tight ends.
I think we hammer running back and wide receiver for a few rounds. We can tack on one more tight end later, one more QB later. I think that hammer running back and wide receiver for a bit would be. This is
the part of the running back. This is a running back zone where I don't like any of these guys. Who do you like here?
I like B-Rob. I like Samson. Emmett Johnson would be my 3 there. Do you have any lean at all?
Yeah. I mean, we can stay away from Travis Hunter. I like.
You want to go Travis Hunter first?
You want to?
Yeah.
Travis Hunter said they're lying. Did you see his tweet?
Yeah, he was pissed.
He said, "Who told you that?"
What up, energy nigga? It's Rio. Legendary shit, nigga. Catch a nigga slipping at the light, make his heart drop, cut the green beam on, make his car stop. 2-2-3s hit his engine block and cut the car off. Jump on the nigga head off, yellow Zanny, score that.
Hey, that's
we got all the clips. We got all the clips.
Hey, your guys are my guys because you got all the clips. Yeah, Travis Hunter, man, is a wide receiver, bro. Like, don't nobody want to see Travis Hunter don't want to see Travis Hunter out there playing defense.
I think there's a lot of time left for things to play out. And even if he's not like a full-time wide receiver, they're still going to try to get him the ball and scheme him touches. We saw Liam Cohen with Jalen McMillan his rookie year. He wasn't getting that many targets. He still had 7 touchdowns, 8 touchdowns.
Hell yeah.
Like schemed up kind of like routes where he's got like wheel route stuff to get him open. So I think even if he is just a 30-40% routes guy, he can pay off, and there's still huge upside if he does play more, if there's an injury, a trade, anything else. So
and we bought ourselves a little insurance here if anything ever happened to Parker Washington. Exactly. So a little built-in insurance.
Yeah, man. Jacksonville good offense to have pieces of, so that feels nice.
Yeah, we got a lot of Jacksonville pieces here, so we're going to need for Cohen to dial it up this year on this roster. All right, I heard you talking about Samson. I heard you talking about B-Rob.
Yeah, B-Rob. I mean, obviously we don't want anything to happen to our 1-2 king Bijan, but if anything were to happen, I think obviously he would be a smash pick. Handcuff for the 101 is a pretty good. Like 3 or 4 years ago, he would have been like pick 120. Now he's pick 174. So I don't really get that. So
I like Dylan Sampson just a little bit more because I think the competition between him and Quinshon Judkins is a lot closer than Bijan and Brian Robinson.
Yeah, I'm good with it too. I think pass catching, it's just the offense isn't as good, so he'll have more standalone value, I would say. Yeah,
Which one do you want to go with?
Let's go Samson. Let's go Samson.
Sure, don't say it because I was okay.
No, let's go. I like Samson as well. I like Samson as well.
All right.
I'm in a dynasty startup right now, and I'll probably have this exact same question up here in a few picks. So I can think through it now before I get on the clock again. So.
Okay. All right.
So who is if you push your QB late here? Is it Aaron Rodgers that you've been taking? Is there any? Have you been trying to do the Browns stuff?
I haven't been speculating on Aaron Rodgers whatsoever, right? So what I do is I take two guys that I at least know they're going to start week 1 and have a strong possibility of playing the entire season, and that's Geno Smith and Jacoby Brissett late. After that, you're kind of rolling the dice with any of those guys. Nobody knows what Aaron Rodgers is going to do.
What about Atlanta? What about Tua and Penix? Have you been doing the same thing? You're just staying away?
Nope, because I got burnt last year by Daniel Jones and Anthony Richardson. I'm not doing the quarterback competition again during camp this year. I don't know who's going to come out on top.
Okay, yeah. So you'd rather just forego the third guy, not knowing, because it could be week 17. He could not even be playing anyways.
I've been taking a little Kirk too.
Kirk?
Okay. Yeah, just a little Kirk. All right, we're up.
B-Rob goes.
This is my guy. I
Trey
like
Harris?
him in the San Francisco offense.
Dude,
I like
I like Trey Harris.
Okay. Trey Harris is we've been talking in a lot of different streams. People have been talking, man. Trey Harris has a chance to be a key piece or a key cog to that offense, man. I truly believe that. He was a second-round pick, just like Ladd McConkey was a second-round pick.
No, he showed some real flashes. Obviously, Keenan was there, so that kind of handcuffed him a little bit. In terms of really getting a ton of routes. But I think in what he did show, obviously in college, but then even last year, he's super athletic, bigger guy, and I think he definitely paired with Justin Herbert, he just needs a couple big spike weeks to pay off at this cost, and I want pieces of that LA Chargers offense.
I would love for Trey Harris to have Jawan Jennings glow up. That's what I'm looking for in Trey Harris this year, is to have that Jawan Jennings glow up year where he is a key part of the Chargers offense.
Yeah, no, I'm really into Trey Harris. I think people are still kind of baking in that they're going to bring back Keenan, which they certainly could. But if they don't, I think he's an absolute smash. And regardless, we don't think Keenan probably will finish out the season strong, right? He's another year older. He's 34 now, 35.
Yeah, man. At some point, you just got to let your horses run, man. We can't keep bringing back Keenan, man. In a pinch, sure. But Trey Harris has been there for a year now. Nobody knows. Mike McDaniel's bringing in a brand new offense, so you can't say, well, Keenan knows the offense. Well, that's not true. It's a brand new guy coming in.
Yeah, and who knows how to utilize fast guys more than Mike McDaniel, right?
Yeah, that's the truth.
Shout out Nice and Blunt. Someone says it's going to be Godwin, so not Egbuka or McMillions, but Godwin is going to be the guy. Shout out to Fantasy Football Dog Pound. Yes, dudes drafting best ball teams. My Monday, isn't it Sunday? Yeah,
we're up. What do you want to do? Talk to me here. We got Tua and Aaron up at the top.
I'd probably be Aaron Rodgers, to be completely honest.
I'm cool with that.
Yeah, you good with that?
Heck yeah. Now I don't know if he's going to play, but I know if he does play, he's going to come out there and he's going to be a gunslinger. And I think he wants to finish out his career with Mike McCarthy anyway. I think he wants to do one more year with his boy Mike.
I think so too. And no more Arthur Smith. I think they were already pretty pass heavy, but still having Arthur Smith there. A lot of running back target, just some weird stuff. I think they could be pretty pass heavy. They have Pittman, they have DK. Freiermuth is one of my favorite late tight end clicks because I think he's good. He's just been pigeonholed by the Arthur Smith running 3-4 tight ends.
Arthur Smith did Pat Freiermuth absolutely dirty last year, man. Dirty.
Horrendous. We love some Muth in this household. So and he goes.
Of course he goes when we talk him up.
What other tight ends are here? Anything?
You know, you got the LA tight ends. We don't know what's going on with them. I've been clicking Oscar Delp in the 20th lately. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Okay, yeah, we can push our tight end 3 if you want. Any other run? Oh, Ray Davis is calling my name.
Is he? He calls my name often too.
Yeah, he whispers in my ear.
He does. He talks to me. I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened last year. I guess it's because James Cook was just on fire last year that he didn't get the same amount of opportunities. But as you can see, when he does get his opportunities, you know, he's a 4 yards per carry back.
Yeah, man, and he's like the direct backup. So it's kind of one of those things where it's like he's not going to get a lot of work. Like James Cook was just healthy the whole year. They were blowing teams out.
Mm-hmm.
If anything were to happen, we saw him 2 years ago. That one game, he had like 30 touches or something like that. So yeah.
Yeah, what's his name? I think like Isaiah Johnson gets in the way, or he gets in the way. Isaiah David, Ty Johnson. Yeah, he gets in the way sometimes.
Ty Dolla $ign. Yeah.
Yeah, he gets in the way sometimes, but I think Ray Davis is still the clear-cut RB2.
Yeah, and this running back class, not great. So I feel pretty secure about that. And yeah, like we're talking about, we're so running back heavy now. Well, 4 years ago, Ray Davis and B-Rob would have been like pick 130 picks being handcuffs behind round 1 running backs. And now we get them 70 picks later than that. So I still like making those bets. Like it doesn't have to be 0 RB. You can still take advantage of these handcuff running backs. You just need 1 week, 2 weeks.
That's it.
Of the starter being injured, and they pay off. So it's just like easy game. Let's rip it.
That's it. Who is the Steelers? Because we know DK and Pittman aren't slot receivers. Who is the Steelers slot wide receiver?
That is a very.
I'm looking up right. Roman Wilson. That might be a click.
Roman Wilson,
the speedy Roman Wilson. That might be a different pick. I don't know, but let's think. Let's just keep him on mind. We took Aaron Rodgers. Let's just keep him in mind.
Okay. I'm not opposed. Not opposed. We're at pick 19. So what do we want to do here? Do you see anybody you love? Okay. So wait. So we're at 3 QBs.
Yeah.
We probably need a tight end, right?
We definitely need a tight end. We were talking about Delp, but we can do something different at tight end.
Yeah. Let's look at tight end. We can do Delp. I like Max Clare as well as another rookie, but if Delp is your guy, people have been hyped on him, so I'm down to do that. But do we wait to the 20th? Like he probably doesn't go this early, right?
Yeah, he probably doesn't. So who are you thinking right now? Then at this point, we got
how many running backs? How many receivers do we have again? Let's see.
We got a 3-6-7 going.
No problem. You receiver is.
Yeah, I feel good about our running backs. We got Tyler Algier at the RB4. So
okay,
how do you feel? Do you want?
I don't mind Franklin just for one spike week in an offense that passed the ball like at one of the highest rates in the league last year.
Okay.
Ted Hurst, rookie, just big, fast guy.
Mm-hmm. I'm good on Troy.
I saw that Hollywood.
No, I ain't taking. No, I'm good on Hollywood.
Yeah, I mean Troy Franklin. It's going to be a weird. But Waddle is always injured.
Yeah.
Sutton is going to be 31. So you don't need him to be consistent. You need a couple big plays. So.
I'm cool with getting a piece of Sean Payton and all day, every day, man. Like I'm cool with getting a piece. And now Troy Franklin can do what he was designed to do, which is take the top off the defense. Like last year, Sean Payton had Troy Franklin running a bunch of bubble screens and 5-yard out routes and 5-yard hitches. Now he can open up, use those legs, and now Waddle will be taking all that short stuff now.
Yeah, I think we see every year. You need guys that can score from distance, give you like a 15-point spike week in week 17 or one of the playoff weeks to just help you get through. I think that's the perfect archetype of guy to take is a Troy Franklin. So I've been pretty into him in this round 18, 19, 20 range.
All right, this is all you, Bendels. Pick one.
Ooh, three-leg Greg is calling my name, but I think we go Delp. He's getting some second round buzz. Good blocker, good athlete.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go Delp.
Okay, cool. I like that pick. Delp is going to be, as soon as he steps in the league, he's going to be one of the best athletes at the tight end position as soon as he steps in to the NFL. So I'm not mad at that pick. I think I agree with you saying he might go in the second round. That might happen.
Yeah, him and Max Clare have both been getting mocked at the end of the second round, and it feels like every year we get some tight ends in round 2 where we're like, oh, this guy went round 2. So I think he's that late riser that you just need one team to fall in love with them in the second round. So I'm definitely into that.
Before we go over our team, do you see anything unusual that you usually wouldn't see at any of these starts?
Oh man, let's see.
I don't really. Rashay Wright,
Josh Allen. Did you see the stream that I did? Or it was on Candyman's channel, but Toxic Tower finished up, and then it was on a members only stream, and they like swatted our chat because the title was like, "Where do you take Josh Allen in 2026?"
Mm-hmm.
They just had like 50 people spamming our chat, and Candyman famously does not check the chat. Like it'll be 45 minutes behind. So they're just dying laughing for like 20 minutes, just spamming. You see hundreds of messages like, I'm on the clock. Where's Josh Allen? Like, where am I taking him? And it's just blasted. I don't see anything too crazy. I guess what we talked about, you're fading London in the second, receivers through the first couple rounds. Bijan, obviously you're taking. No, we don't need to talk about that.
No.
What about Pitts? What percentage do you have on Pitts? How do you feel about him coming off that big year? They get Stefanski, who's used tight ends pretty well. So where are you at on Pitts? Not only exposure wise, but just as a Falcons fan.
I'm as far as best ball. Let's start with best ball. At best ball, I think I'm at around 9 to 10% on Kyle Pitts. So just your average exposure, because I really like I said, my favorite value tight end in this draft this year is Brenton Strange. I love Brenton Strange this year. So about 9 to 10% on Kyle Pitts. As far as what Kyle Pitts is going to look like this season, I think that, he's the third guy in that offense. I think he solidified that with last year's performance. Tua is going to be able to get the ball to him, just like Tua was able to get the ball to Jonnu Smith about 2 years ago, right? He was definitely delivering that ball, getting out of his hand quick. I think the Falcons made the right decision to franchise tag him and not give him a big contract and just look at him one more year. But I do like Kyle Pitts' prospects going into the 2026 season.
Hell yeah. Yeah, I'm pretty in because he's going late enough where I think they'll probably draft. Like I know Jeremy Bernard is beginning mocked to them a lot in the second round. They'll probably draft a receiver in the second, but I still think Pitts could be the number 2 target. I mean, obviously maybe Bijan is the actual number 2 target, but for a real pass catcher is the number 2 target. And I think we saw, obviously it was with Kirk, but he's coming into his own now, 25, going to be 26. Tight ends sometimes take some time, and we know he's super talented. So definitely in on him. So,
yep. All right. You want to run us down, Bendels?
Why don't you Cluck and go over this team?
All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we have. Let's see our team today. We got Trevor Lawrence, Jared Goff, and Aaron Rodgers at the quarterback position. We have Kenneth Walker. That's nice. Travis Etienne and Bashul Tootin as our RB1, RB2, RB3. And just in case we need some backup, we got Tyler Algier as our RB4. We got a little insurance with Dylan Sampson and Ray Davis. How do you feel about that running back room?
I feel very strong about that running back room. If Toot can really be that guy, Chris Rodriguez was a practice squad player for most of his career. I think Tootin, if he is that guy, good offense. We saw the athleticism. Didn't really get to show it last year with Etienne in front of him, but if we have those three, then I feel very good about this running back room, exceptional even. And if we get a Judkins injury, a James Cook injury, then we're supercharged with those late round picks as well. So feel really good about the running back.
Let me add on to Tootin a little bit too. So Tootin, in my opinion, is the reason why they let Travis Achane walk. Chris Rodriguez is not the reason why they let Achane walk. So let's just clear that up right now. I know Chris Rodriguez is going to get his carries, but Liam Cohen believes in Bushul Tootin. So he just needs to go to camp and show out and stay healthy. All right. How you feel about you can talk about the quarterback room in a second. At wide receiver, we have the sun god Amon-Ra St. Brown. We got the Slim Reaper Devonta Smith. We got Mr. Parker Washington to you. We got Josh Downs. That's a dog. We got Jalen McMillan, Travis Hunter. We got Trey Harris and Troy Franklin in this wide receiver room.
Yeah, I mean, Amon-Ra is like whatever. You feel super secure about him. Smith, we feel good about him with AJ Brown possibly leaving, probably leaving. And then we're making bets on Jacksonville with all these picks, right? We got a running back, we got 2 wide receivers, maybe a DB, and a tight end. So I'm super into this wide receiver room. Downs, breakout year this year. I will say it if you're not going to say it. And Jalen McMillian's with Mike Evans leaving is going to come into his own this year. And got some fun later guys. Trey Harris in that Chargers offense. Yeah, it feels really balanced. This whole team feels balanced, man.
We took we rolled the dice on Jacksonville. But if you are going to roll the dice on an offense, Jacksonville isn't the worst offense to roll the dice on. All right. So Liam Cohen is not the worst offensive play caller to roll the dice on. So I feel pretty good about that too. And then at tight end, we got Goddard, my guy, Brenton Strange, and we got Oscar the Grouch. Is it Oscar the Grouch or Oscar the Grinch?
Oscar the Grouch.
Okay. All right.
Could be the Grinch. I mean,
is Oscar the one that lives in the trash can?
Yeah, he's doing the dirty work in the trash can. That's Oscar. Yeah.
All right, cool. So that's our team, man. Hopefully
give it a rating out of 10. How do you like this team?
If I'm going, so we got our quarterback stacked. We got Trevor Lawrence stacked. We got Jared Goff stacked. Okay. We rolled the dice on a top 10 offense and a top 10 offensive play caller. Okay. We feel as if we can get our RB3. We feel like we get our flex as an RB3 a lot of weeks during week 1 through 14. All right. So that's the start right there. And then when I look at this wide receiver room, man, these are some electric names right here. And Amon-Ra, Smith, Parker Washington, Downs, McMillan, all those guys can ball. Now, if Travis Hunter plays as much offense as he thinks he's going to play, this might be a smash lineup right here. All right. So I'm going to go ahead. I don't think I'm going to give this thing. I wish we would have got Kyle Pitts as our number 1 guy. Glad you still ran the clip. But just because Dallas Goedert is our tight end 1, I'm going to have to give this roster probably about an 8.5. I'm going to give it about an 8.5, 8.5. What about you?
I was going to say 8.4. So we're synced up. We're synergized with our ranking for sure. So, yeah, I feel good about it. I think not getting Pitts and getting Goff to pair with Amon-Ra probably the better move, just because late round tight end, getting those 3 guys we still feels pretty solid. And I like Pitts, but how much of a difference is him and Goddard and Strange? Probably not crazy amount. Like the ceiling's probably higher, but mixing those guys, getting Delp the rookie for some upside. Yeah, man. So
nice.
Very solid squad. Thank you so much for hopping on with me. You know, the audible between the UDFA into the War Room. And I'm glad we got to run some of the Atlanta clips for you. How do you feel about, you know, the last couple of weeks getting into streaming? Any other closing thoughts for us on this beautiful Sunday night?
First of all, the Atlanta clips were straight heat, man. The Atlanta clips were straight heat. We didn't get any Falcons, but we turned the stream up with the Falcons clips, man. Like I said at the beginning of the stream, man, streaming has been awesome, bro. Like, you know, it's not about the money, it's not about the likes, it's not about how many viewers you got in your room, because there's a lot of people out here doing this. You got to absolutely love doing this, man. And if we turn into Flock Fantasy, or if we turn into one of these popular guys, then that's just icing on the cake, man. But, you know, just like when we used to get out there and go to summer camp in college at Michigan Tech and at JMU, we knew we weren't going to the league. We did it for the love of the game, bro. So same thing with streaming and drafting on underdogs, man. You got to do it for the love of the game.
I couldn't have said it better myself. Yeah, appreciate the energy. Appreciate all you guys for tuning in, for watching us on a Sunday night. Go sub Goofy Chicken. Get him to 200 subs. Get him 300 subs. Get him to 1K subs.
And one more, and shout out to my boy Best Ball Q, man. That was my first viewer. I see him in the chat, man.
Hey,
Bindles, do you remember your first viewer, man? Your first person that came in and commented and supported you?
You know what? I don't. But you know what? Who was one of the first was Emo Cowboy. So, you know, shout out my day one, my dog, Emo Cowboy. We were streaming in 2023 back in the day. So, yeah.
Shout out. All right, man. It was a good one, Bindles. This was a great stream, bro.
Hell yeah, guys. Well, yeah, go sub to Goofy. Go, if you haven't already, like the stream. Turn on notification bell. We will be live tomorrow night with Sacrilegious from Legendary Upside on Ballsy with my co-host, Chris the Candyman. And I wish you guys a beautiful night.
Trey. Yeah.